peculiar thing about human beings is that we are always forgetting how impermanent everything is. We imagine that the structures around us, governments, empires, societies, are fixed and eternal, as if they were immovable mountains. And so when we see a system rise that is cruel, rigid, and oppressive, we despair because it appears as though this weight will sit upon our backs forever. But here's the trick. What is the unyielding law of the universe? Nothing stays the same. Mountains erode, continents break apart, tyrannies fall. However absolute they appear, they are but waves upon the current of time. They swell, they roar, they terrify, and just as surely they collapse. The problem is never whether tyranny will end. It will. The problem is how you will choose to live while it casts its shadow. And here, the point is not to become rigid in its opposition, for rigidity is the tyrant's own way of being. Instead, become supple, like a reed in the storm. When the wind blows, the reed bends, and when the gale has passed, the reed still stands while the oak has splintered. So, how does one live in such a time? You carry truth as one carries a small flame cupped in the hand, carefully, gently, shielding it from the wind, and passing it along to those who need light. You don't have to shout or rage. The truth has a curious tendency to survive. It seeps into the cracks, circulates in whispers, hides in books, songs, and symbols, waiting patiently for the moment when it can blaze again, ever resurfacing like a buoy in an angry sea. And you do not, nor will you ever, live alone. For just as the strength of a tree is not in its solitary trunk, but in the invisible network of roots that intertwine beneath the soil, so your strength lies in the community you weave quietly with others. Small groups, trusted bonds, mutual care, these are the real counterweights to fear. And never forget play. Never forget art, or laughter, or music, because the tyrant has no defense against them. He may command silence, but still the heart will hum a tune. He may command obedience, but the child will still laugh at the absurdity of it all. Play is the very essence of freedom, and the spirit that plays cannot be chained. And of course, there is the matter of courage. But courage is not always about grand gestures. More often, it is simply the refusal to surrender your humanity. A kindness extended when cruelty is expected. A quiet no when conformity is demanded. Choosing to be honest in an environment of perfidy. These small acts, multiplied across thousands, become the cracks through which the light begins to seep. And so, when you look upon tyranny, remember, you are not facing a monolith, but a wave. Its time will come and go. The real task is not to rage against the wave, but to remain the ocean, vast, deep, and utterly unshaken by the surface storm. Resistance, then, is not the grim defiance, but the gentle remembrance that life is always larger than fear. The tyrant may dominate the stage for a time, but he is merely an actor in a passing scene. The play goes on, and you are part of something far greater than he can ever command.